Hi there, me again. You see me and Fabian holding sticks, which bodes ill. I want to answer or make a response video to something Vampire posted recently. Vampire link seen as here. Vampire said something about a tactical Muay Thai where he spoke about the triangle guard and about, please come from here, and please come slowly, give me again a hammer, exactly, something like this that would land here. And please give it so that you would actually hit me with a stick and not with your fist. No, like this.
Oh, like, okay.
Okay, so this is what we are facing, right? From the side, like this. So you see the distance, this is the guard. And Vampire, please come slowly, Vampire advised to take in like this. So you see I have one hand on the stick, or if the distance is a little bit greater, I might actually have both hands. Now, this is possible, I have done that in practice. Vampire showed it. I want to first show one, please come again slowly. There is a technique in modern armies where you block here and pass it with a hand, and then you go in. But the first initial contact is, you have, I mean, you see I have him on the hand, which probably in real life would finish the fight by broken finger. But I have a contact on the stick. Flesh against stick. And I would highly recommend we practice this method, because I hope we find the right angle to do this. Yeah, maybe actually this angle isn't so bad. If he is attacking me really with the intent to hit with this stick, he will perhaps even have a little smaller step. So now, yeah, see, that is one of the nightmares. And if he now really comes with a diagonal strike, so like this, it's, I need to be very aware and very good, huh? In order to really completely get in and get the arm. It's possible, Aikido people do that a lot, but it's luck. And the other thing that some say is you go out and in again before he comes back. But chances are, if something like this happens, maybe you just got a flinch reflex. So you have something like this and must take it from there. And if you have something like this, you will get at least one of your arms will get this. So the question is, what do we do in order to perhaps at least not get our arm broken? Probably our arm will be rendered a little bit useless if this happens on the streets, but it is possible to get a stick without getting the arms broken. So first of all, when you practice slow-mo. And you practice first of all with textbook angles. So he gives me always, when I practice this, a textbook 35. And my arm is going, I will turn around. This is the angle that I have. So this is no taking like this. This is, you see, this is almost sliding off. If you give me an exact overhead, this, you see some Wing Chun people do this, where they exactly,
Again?
yes, and I can, and I take this with the soft of my flesh and it's just scrapping along. Again. And you see, normally I will get hold of the arm with one hand. We may safely assume if this happens on the street we won't get it perfect, and probably this arm is all but useless, but we can still swing it like a club or use our legs. Now, how to practice this? Like I said, first you practice that you always get a tangent. You don't want any angle, you want this parallel. The next thing you practice is come in with any angle you wish, but slowly. The next thing you practice is to always get it tangential. See, I have it here, here, and my upper arm blocks the hand so it cannot get in indefinitely. You also see this is only good for the stick. If you do this with blades, it's suicide, because the blade, he just draws it back and slices you completely open. So this is sticks alone. Again. this almost looks like a mantis, but the whole idea is to always get a touch of the stick that comes in a tangents, so that it can slide along. Okay? This doesn't work without footwork, and again, you see my arm slides along here. If I should ever get it okay, like this, you may safely assume if he isn't friendly with me, then my arm is gone, as in broken. So that is the last thing I want to happen. The footwork that you see, can you please come from above to show the footwork, because the footwork is always very similar. Again. So the footwork is, stop, a step and a turn. This is practically the trademark footwork. Step and turn. Now, some of you will have remembered me doing this on my wooden dummy. By the way, this is what happens when your wife finds out about the wooden dummy in the garden. Some of you will still remember me doing this. And you can see this is exactly the same footwork. Out, turn. Also, this is a way, you see, I'm sliding over it. I could also do the sliding over it here. This is good for all these and even these. It's not so good for diagonal strikes, but it's at least something you can do on the dummy. And you should look what the other guy is doing. If you don't look, you get whacked in the head. Again, please. And again, from a distance. So that, yes, exactly. Again. So, the idea is to get used to actually touching the stick and not fearing it, because the biggest thing that is going to mess you up is your own fear. If you have no fear of the stick, then actually sooner or later it won't matter. Like I said, if you do this for real, your arms will be bruised and banged up pretty good, but with practice you should be able with practice you should be able to not get your arm broken. If you start to do this really enthusiastic, I suggest you start with a boffer, because if you would do this for real, then no matter how good I am, I'm going to get bruised arms. If you don't want that, if you do it for real, you do with a boffer, in other words a heavily padded stick. But if you do it slowly, like we do right now, it doesn't hurt to use a stick so that you feel how hard it is. Just as a reminder of what might happen to you. See, this was not perfect and he is whacking me. And I'm safe because I'm wearing my trusted bed belt, but this might have gone very wrong. Be honest with yourself, admit when you fucked up, and I just did. Now that would be better. I know I'm turning my back to him and so forth, but this is just practicing the entries. And as you can see, he is leaning. I am with my strong side on his weak side. If I'm taking one step like this, I'm probably going to push him over there. Not because I'm stronger, but because I have the right position. We had this in the primer on Dumog. I think that was pretty much it with the stick. I hope Vampire accept this as a response video. It didn't quite come out as I wanted to, but I think still very well. It looks more Aikido-ish than I thought. But again, this is basically to take away the fear of the stick and the fear of being hit by the stick, because like I just got him here, both arms inside. It's a lucky shot that you get this. Don't let anybody fool you. If you have both arms in here instead of one here or even both here, it's luck. You get lucky if you have it like this. Extremely lucky. You don't always get that lucky, so you must get used to actually encountering the stick. Thanks for watching.